Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. I'm happy to say that I am doing good. I had procedure last week to remove, hopefully, the rest of the cancer from my liver, and it was last Thursday, so it's been almost a week, and I'm doing okay. Tired and hurting a little bit, but not so bad that I can't do a video for you, and I'm really happy about that. Reminders that there's no mistakes, and don't overthink it, okay? I'm going to be using a Zentangle 3.5-inch white tile. You can use anything that you want. I'm using a Micron 01 in black, a number 2 graphite pencil, a blending tool known as a tortillion, or just a blending tool, because when it comes up in the closed captions, it'll say tortilla. Anyway, I am happy to show you a couple of patterns that came out recently on, well, I think this one actually came out on Tangle Patterns, but these two were on Musterquelle. And I had a lot of fun with this one. And I posted it on Instagram and Facebook, and it had a lot of comments. And I'm not going to teach this particular tile, but I just wanted to say that this really fit on this. I didn't overthink it. I just saw something that I guess this lady had done on her tile, and in fact it was this center part, and I thought, wow, that is so cool. And so I tried putting it inside of this, and it worked out really well. This takes a lot of time. It's a very simple pattern. It's just a square, diagonal, then you put the little triangle in there and these lines, and you're done. And then there it is in that center grid. Okay, I am going to do this pattern today. I'm going to pair it with this new one that came out called Heart Flame from Christina Schafer. Oh, and before I forget, on this, I saw where she had also used it as a string. Isn't that cool? That's a great idea. And this is a box from Big Bag of Sun Chips. So I test the insides of these thin packages for the brown paper, and this one works really well. So anyway, so there you could use it as a string. And I'm going to do that, but not in this video. Okay, so for this, I am going to zoom in. Yay, it worked well this time. It's been kind of picky the last few times. And I'm going to put this border on there first. And I'm going to put a line, a border. So let's just go ahead and I'm doing it lightly. So here's our 4 corner dots. And I'm trying to keep them kind of even. This is mostly just a guide to help me keep this border where I want it. Okay. And ahead of time, I am going to just kind of get an idea of doing this in thirds. So I just like to do these little tick marks. Okay, They don't have to be exact. It just helps me, okay? Because I'm going to do it, these 3 across there, okay? So now with our Micron, so I'm just going to come down the center of this and make these seed shapes. Okay, so I'm just going from that corner to that mark. And then, you know, just putting those marks down there helps me to relax and just enjoy the pattern. And this one looked kind of complicated, but it really wasn't. But I think it would be too time-consuming for a video. And once you see this, you'll know how to do it. And I always encourage you to go look at the step outs, because that's where I saw that she had done this. And I wanted to try it and I loved it. Simple, repetitive patterns are what I love. Okay, so you could make it even smaller if you wanted to. You could put 4 across there. What I did on this one was, after I did this, okay, then I did 3 across this way. And then you can see I went across that way and that way. So that's how I got that one in there. Next step on these is we're going to put an orb inside each one. I'm sorry if I bumped the camera. So I have my iPad on arm, I guess you'd call it. But it's right in front of my head, and sometimes I bump it, so I apologize. Of course, you could do each of these steps inside each of these seeds instead of going around one at a time. Your choice, whatever makes you relax and enjoy your work. Excuse me. Now we're going to put these other seeds at the top and bottom of these orbs. And I'll go ahead and do these 2. So then you put just a little curved line with a little bowl on the end. Okay, so that's the basic pattern. Okay, so a little seed on each side. Do a curve. There we go. All right. So I will have another CT scan in, well, now in about 3 weeks. And of course, the hope is that the cancer is gone, period. Not only from my liver, but from my whole body. So I am very hopeful that all is well. I have a little bit of hair on top of my head. It's mostly in the center, so it's a very thin gray mohawk. But the fun thing is it's coming back a little bit. It's all white so far. I had nice curly hair. Some people say that changes, and I'll soon find out. All right, so we're just going around a little bit of detail in each of these. Okay. I said I was going to try to do some of the Inktober, but, you know, I think I'm just not going to worry about it now. There are so many people out there that did it that I just didn't. Wasn't feeling good. But I knew that there were a lot of good videos out there for you guys. I know one thing that chemotherapy and chemo brain, chemo fog, whatever you want to call it, does is it just makes me slow down and do what makes me feel good. And if I need to rest, then I rest. When I feel good and I find something that makes me happy, then I do a video. I think that's a good plan. Okay, this one is Heart Flame, Christina Schafer, and I'm going to put it in the center of this tile. And the way I like to find center is to just kind of bring my pen like this, okay? And then close to the center, I'm just going to put a very pale line, okay? And then coming from this way, I'm going to do the same thing. I realized after I started that this was a tile that I had already marked with a string and then erased it, but I don't think you can see it that much. Okay, so we start with just this orb in the center. And we're not doing it tiny. We're going to try to make it a little bit bigger. And I will show you how it came out in my sketchbook. I like it. Okay, so we're going to do a good size orb, and yes, I bumped my camera. And we're going to put another little orb inside it and leave that open. A little highlight or sparkle, whatever you would like to call it. And we're going to fill that in. Okay, and then we're going to put an aura around it. Just take your time. See, mine's not perfect. And then we're going to put these little bumps, whatever you want to call it. Top and bottom. Then on each side. You can see I don't have them exactly matching. And then we'll put one in between. In her step outs, these were smaller. And then in her actual tile, they were all this size, but it really doesn't matter. Okay. I'm just going to do this in my sketchbook. With this, I wasn't sure the best way to do it. Let's say that's our hump. And you could just kind of do this, okay? And then come back around. And then we put like a little flame top. Okay, so you might want to practice and see what's the best way for you to get these little flame flowers. Heart flame. So I am going to kind of start, come around, touch it, and come back up. And then come down a little, come up, and come back down. Okay? So probably could have done this even bigger, but you get to watch, see what I did, and then decide how you want to do it. Because don't forget, this is your art. It's not a contest. We're not being graded. Our only problem is comparanoia, which is comparing ourselves to other people. Okay? Don't do it. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. Okay? Relax your shoulders. Take deep breaths. And just enjoy what you're doing. Okay? So here's our little flames coming off each side of that flower. And then the next thing that we do, and I've seen her do different sizes on this. Again, play in your sketchbook and then go from there and decide how you want to do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come around like that on each side, and then we have another little flame that goes up. So you can just kind of curve off of here, and I'm going to have it come up kind of big. Let's do that on each side towards the top of that flame. Okay? And then we're going to come in on each side. This one's going to look different, and that's okay. And then our little flame. All right, it's different. Curve, oops. Curve again, and I'm going to about that flower. And then come in, and do your little flame. That's okay. You know, just, where's my sign? Okay, that's for me too. Don't overthink it. All right, let's come up. Come up again. And put our little flame top. Interesting. All right. Come around. I'm kind of anxious to see what you guys do with this, because I know there's going to be some beautiful tiles and beautiful colors. Each one of these is a little different, and that's okay. All right, so the other thing that she did in her step outs was she had these little dots in each one and some little flicks of the pen inside. So let's just do it easy and try that. So from here, and then from here, we'll make those a little taller. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's do the dots. Let's make them tiny orbs since I made this bigger, and then we'll put a dot in. Oops, my hand went crazy. Okay, so just tiny orbs. And then a dot in each of these. I know that on tanglepatterns.com, she puts new patterns out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I enjoy finding the new ones, and that's where this one came from. And I can't tell you the exact days that they do the patterns on Musterquelle, but sorry, that's where I found these two. So I had fun with them. All right. I always put little flicks of the pen, but I told myself this time I'm not going to do that. Let's just use our shading on here. And so let's go to the center first. And I'm just going to put a little bit of graphite at the base of these petals. And then here and here. That's how she had hers, and I liked how it looked. So don't be afraid to be inspired by others. And I think someone was unsure about drawing one of my tiles exactly as I have done it. And, you know, as long as you're not making a photocopy of this and then saying it's yours, then please just go ahead and draw what I've shown you in the tutorial and just have fun with it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So now I'm just, with my pencil, I'm just gonna, my blending tool, sorry it's not a pencil, I'm just gonna soften these. And here too, I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, if you want to, put a little bit up here at the top. I pretty much do the same thing on all of my shading. But if you're comfortable with it, do what makes you happy. I'm not sure about the shading, but we'll work through this and see what we think. We can always do more to it. Maybe bring that around a little bit. Okay, what do you think? Kind of looks different in person, always does. All right, let's go up here. And do a little bit like this. You know, this is part of my what if. What if we shade it a different way? And I'm going to do this because I don't want harsh shadows, so I'm just going to pick up my graphite off of this and then put it down here. Sorry, I bumped it again. You could kind of put a little bit up each of these lines. And you can always come back and erase this if you need to. If I show you something and you don't like it, like I was showing you to put that up here and I put it at the bottom. This is a kneaded eraser. Okay. And I meant to put it here. Not a problem. All right. What do you think? I'm not sure, but it's okay. I enjoyed drawing it, and that's what matters. So I'm going to put just a little bit of graphite on the corner of each of these, on the small ones that are inside, and just a little touch with my pencil. Makes it almost look like a bubble. Let's go back and do that before I forget. Okay. All right. Our little C. A little bit more. All right, we're almost done. Now with the blending tool, and if you're new to my channel, I keep this in there to keep the tip pushed out. And if you ever need to clean the tip, just get an emery board, a nail sharpener, and just rub it across there, okay? Cleans the tip. And then, oh, I'm so sorry. We're just gonna blend these a little bit on each side, these little seeds, but we're not gonna touch at the center. Okay, we wanna keep that highlight. And I just love how that looks. Deep breath, relax your shoulders. These kind of patterns are my favorites. First thing in the morning, put on some quiet music, find a couple of patterns that might go together, or find a couple of patterns that don't go together and put them on a tile anyway. When I was learning Zentangle during COVID, there were so many teachers in Spain who were teaching for free. And one of my teachers, I remember her suggesting that I find 2 patterns that I don't think would go together and put them on a tile. And it was really cool to play with it. I mean, if it turns out bad, what's the worst you can do? It's just paper. Just enjoy it. Put it down and come back later. That's what I have to do a lot of times. All right. There we go. So that is Puce. I'm not sure how to say that. Okay. And Heart Flame. So I always encourage you to sign it and date it and put these pattern names on the back so that next time you find this tile and you want to know what the pattern name is, you'll be able to find it. Let's put our chop. I think I'm going to put mine here. If you're unsure of your art, hold it out at arm's length. Sometimes that helps. Come back later and look at it again. That always helps me. All right, there you go. I'm so happy to have a video for you. Excuse me. I'm happy to be doing better. Happy for so many wonderful comments. I mean, you guys are the best. I mean, seriously, you fill my heart with a lot of healing and love. And I'm not just saying that. I love doing Zentangle because of the community. Because of you watching my video. And writing to me and comments. All right. My last plea to you is to love your work. Okay. There you go. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you for so many who have left some donations on the coffee or through the super thanks. It is a huge help. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, my friends. Bye.